The film opens by showing a handsome high school student named Tom. He is a very quiet teenager, and his classmates often call him a bookworm. Here, Tom has a close friend named Daniel. Daniel always helps him whenever he struggles at school. Tom also has feelings for a girl named Lucy. Because of his shy personality, he is too embarrassed to confess his feelings. There is also a school bully who likes causing trouble, named Evan. Tom lives with his grandmother, Nancy, since both of his parents passed away a long time ago. Because of that, he now lives with her. One day, Tom senses something strange at Lucy's house, so he decides to go there, which happens to be right next to his own house. As expected, when he enters, he finds the door unlocked. It turns out that Lucy's house has been invaded by criminals wearing masks. Tom also sees that Lucy has become a victim of assault by the criminals, and they even record their actions. Since there are too many of them and Tom is alone, he runs away and tries to call the police. However, his attempt is cut short when one of the criminals shoots him, hitting the side of his head. In that incident, Tom is fortunately saved, although he falls into a coma for 10 days. After Tom regains consciousness, the doctor explains his condition. It turns out that when he was shot in the side of the head, the phone he was using that night was hit by the bullet, causing fragments of its components to enter his head. These fragments cannot be completely removed, even by specialists, because doing so would risk damaging his brain's nerves. After the incident, Tom begins to experience something unusual. He can now sense communications from mobile devices, and even hear them. He can also clearly see digital data transmissions. This happens because the phone fragments have fused with his brain's nerves, making it seem as if he has access to data servers around the world embedded in his mind. He can even access any digital data without using any device at all. In short, Tom visits Lucy, who is still traumatized by the incident. They spend some time talking, and Tom expresses how deeply sorry he is for not being able to do anything that night and for failing to protect the woman he loves. However, Lucy understands the situation and hopes that everything will return to normal soon. Later, when Tom returns home, he once again hears various conversations from mobile devices. As mentioned before, ever since that night, Tom can feel, hear, and see digital data transmissions, which overwhelms him since it's something he has never experienced before, causing him to collapse. The next day, Tom returns to school after being absent for a long time due to the accident. When he meets Daniel, he tells him that Evan, one of their schoolmates, is suspected of being involved in the crime at Lucy's house. Tom knows this because Evan's phone was connected to the Wi-Fi at Lucy's house at the exact time of the incident. However, Daniel is not convinced by Tom's claim. Then, during a practical class, Tom observes the flow of data transmissions from his classmates' phones. When he spies on Evan's phone, he is shocked to find a video inside it. The video turns out to be a recording of the crime committed against Lucy that night, and it turns out to be true. Evan and his friends are the ones responsible for the crime against Lucy. Furious, Tom uses his mind to trigger an electric shock in Evan's phone, startling him. That night, Tom begins learning how to hack systems using his newfound ability. Now, he can hack anything using only his mind. With this power, Tom has the potential to become an unmatched hacker in the world, capable of breaking into any system without using any physical device, having mastered all hacking techniques. Then, Tom begins terrorizing Evan and his friends. He hacks the phones inside Evan's house and his friends' houses, turning the atmosphere there into something truly unsettling. During this, Tom discovers that one of Evan's friends, Cash, is engaging in an inappropriate act masturbating. The next day, during a seminar at school, Tom hacks the projector and broadcasts the video of Cash from the previous night.
On the road to here to say bye-bye to...
The entire class bursts into laughter at what they see. Completely humiliated, Cash immediately runs out of the room.
Fucking video!
After that, not wanting anyone including Lucy to find out that he is behind all of this, Tom creates a secret identity called Aba.
Hold on,
The system was 100% accurate.
In short, Tom and Lucy spend some time hanging out by the lakeside, trying to clear their minds so Lucy can slowly recover from her trauma. That night, after returning from the lake, Tom and Lucy run into Evan and his friends. Evan, acting tough as usual, starts bothering Lucy again. However, using only his mind, Tom makes simultaneous calls to Evan's and his friends' phones. This instantly causes panic among them, and Tom quickly takes Lucy away from the situation. After that, Evan and his friends decide to head home using a car. As soon as they get inside, the car suddenly locks itself automatically. It turns out Tom has hacked the car's system. He then threatens Evan and his friends, saying he will blow up the car with them still inside. Tom then asks them why they attacked the Walker family and committed the crime against Lucy. They all remain silent. When they refuse to answer, Tom fills the car with smoke, making them even more terrified. At that point, a panicked Cash finally confesses that they were ordered by someone named Carter. Not long after, Tom releases the man, the car explodes. After that, Tom immediately tracks Carter's data and locates him. Once he arrives, Tom hacks the television inside Carter's house and displays footage showing that his favorite car has been vandalized.
Oh shit.
Seeing this, Carter and his men rush outside to check. At that moment, Tom sneaks into the house and destroys everything inside. All electronic devices are rendered useless by him. Then, he discovers a speaker that actually contains several packages of drugs, and he takes them all. Tom then plans his next move, planting those drugs in Evan's and his friends' houses. After that, he anonymously reports to the police through a server, claiming that Evan and his friends are involved in drug trafficking, with the evidence already placed in their homes. Not long after, his friends are arrested by the police. Unfortunately, Evan manages to escape. Not only that, Tom also hacks Carter's bank account and drains it completely to zero. After this incident, Carter contacts his boss, Elliot. It is then revealed that Elliot is the mastermind behind all these criminals. Furious, Elliot orders Carter to take care of the situation. Carter then gathers all his men and orders them to track down the hacker by confiscating all technological devices from people in the surrounding area.
Knock, knock. Really, bro?
The next day, when Tom returns home from school, he finds that all the electronic devices in his room are gone. That night, filled with anger, Tom prepares to take action again. This time, he plans to burn all the drug supplies owned by Carter and Elliot. However, his grandmother, who has started to grow suspicious of his behavior, tries to stop him from going out. Even so, Tom, already overwhelmed with anger, refuses to listen and leaves the house anyway. Tom's grandmother, worried about his condition, goes to meet Daniel and asks for his help to keep an eye on Tom in case anything happens. Meanwhile, Tom, who has already hacked into satellite networks, begins tracking the locations of Carter and Elliot. After finding their whereabouts, Tom heads to their base, using his bicycle. Upon arriving at the location, Harbor Tom manages to take down the guards there.
Through the strike.
Then, after finding the illegal goods, he burns them. However, Carter and his men suddenly show up and immediately beat Tom without warning. At this point, Tom is helpless and on the verge of death. Using his abilities, he generates a high-frequency sound that disrupts human hearing. With that, Tom manages to escape in a staggering condition, and not long after, he collapses. The next day, when Tom regains consciousness, he finds himself by the lakeside, causing him to miss his school exam. He later meets Daniel, who notices something strange about him and seems to realize that the mysterious figure known as I-Boy is actually Tom. Then, when Tom returns home, he is suddenly held at gunpoint. It turns out to be Elliot, the mafia boss, who has been waiting for him. His grandmother has also been taken hostage by Elliot's men. Elliot reveals that he already knows Tom is the hacker behind the identity E-Boy. Not only that, he is also aware of Tom's ability to hack without physically touching any device. What's even more shocking is that all of this information came from Daniel. He is the one who told Elliot everything.
That's yet to be established. Danny, can you come in here, please?
All this time, Daniel had been secretly observing Tom and realized that he was I-Boy, capable of hacking using only his mind. Daniel betrayed him in exchange for money from Elliot. Elliot then orders Tom to hack into a bank and transfer money into his account. Tom initially refuses, but Elliot has already captured Lucy and threatens to kill her if Tom does not comply. With no other choice, Tom is forced to obey. He begins hacking into the bank using only his mind and starts transferring money into Elliot's account. On the other side, Lucy, who is being held captive by Evan, is about to be executed.
So how we doing it?
Suddenly, the police arrive because Tom had previously made an emergency call. However, the criminals manage to silence Lucy and hide, causing the police to find nothing and leave. After that, Lucy manages to free herself from her restraints, grabs Evan's gun, and turns it against them. Meanwhile, Elliot brings Tom to their base. Just as Lucy is about to escape, Elliot arrives at the location with Tom. Evan then manages to capture Lucy again. Tom is forced to continue hacking the bank and transferring money into Elliot's account, but instead, Tom hacks Elliot's phone, causing it to explode.
Tom?
If I gave you the option to walk away.
Tom also hacks all the criminals' phones and makes them explode. Seeing Elliot try to escape, Tom chases after him. However, as Tom exits the place, Elliot suddenly strikes him from behind with an iron rod. Enraged, Elliot intends to kill Tom, but suddenly, Lucy appears and shoots Elliot.
I'm still gonna kill ya!
Fuck away from him, you middle-aged prick!
Even so, Elliot still has enough strength to strike Lucy. Furious, Tom gathers electrical energy and unleashes it at Elliot, ultimately killing him. A few days later, Tom wakes up from his coma with his grandmother by his side.
Tommy.
Back again now.
Since the mafia boss has been eliminated, the area where Tom lives becomes peaceful again, free from crime. Afterward, Daniel, who betrayed him, tries to apologize by offering Tom money. However, Tom, who values his dignity, firmly rejects it, believing that not everything can be bought with money. From that moment on, their friendship is beyond repair. At the end of the film, Tom and Lucy are seen starting a relationship. Lucy now knows about Tom's hacking abilities, and his powers remain with him. He is determined to use them for good. The end.